Our next guest most recently appeared in the Oscar-nominated film The Holdovers, and he's best known for his roles in the hit series Billions as Dollar Bill and in The Americans as Pastor Tim. And now he's part of the team on Hulu's show Clipped. Take a look.
They think I'm a coward.
I'm not gonna buck you up, Andy.
Fair. You're always fair. Look, Donald hired me out of college. He got me young, destroyed my confidence. I just found him so impressive. I started saying yes to him, and I never realized I could say no.
All right, and Kelly Aucoin is here with us live for the 4th of July, and please welcome him now. Good morning to you, Kelly. Happy 4th of July.
Good morning. Happy 4th to you, too. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. We know you're a Portland Trailblazers fan, a fan of the art of basketball. Yes. So what was it like to star in a series where basketball played such a big role?
I tell you, my wife and I were watching Winning Time about the Lakers, and I turned to her. She remembers very vividly. I turned to her at one point after an episode and was like, "When am I going to get my basketball show?" And then 2 weeks later, I had the audition for this.
Oh, wow.
So I have some manifestation skills, it seems.
Strong.
I got to be careful what I wish for. No, it's great. I'm not, as a Portland fan, I actually have a healthy antipathy for the Clippers.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a fan of the team or the franchise necessarily, but it was fun to be involved in something about the NBA.
This story is something else. I mean, well, first of all, it's based on ESPN's hit podcast, 30 for 30 podcast, The Sterling Affair.
Right.
Now, I'll be honest, I wasn't completely familiar with the story. I remember bits and pieces. But for those who aren't familiar with the story, this is about Don Sterling, who was the owner at the time for the Clippers, and all the ins and outs of his life off the court. Can you tell the folks at home a little bit about what the show is about, the storyline, and then who you play? Right.
The focal point, and as you say, it deals with a lot more, but the focal point was Donald Sterling, the longtime owner of the Clippers, and generally known as the worst owner in sports. Kept the team. The team was pretty bad. He figured out a way to make the team profitable without having them be successful, which is an interesting trick. He was taped by his assistant/mistress making racist comments about his players and about people that she was bringing to the games, and the tape went out on TMZ, and he was forced to sell the team. And I play Andy Roser, who was the president of basketball operations, right-hand man of Donald Sterling.
There was just so much going on with this story as Hazel kind of lined up there. Was there any part of that story that taking part in this production surprised you most?
I only knew not living in Los Angeles, everyone who was in LA was telling me that they were just, it was 24/7, they were hearing more and more details. I only knew about the sort of rudimentary details. So everything surprised me, just how weird that guy was. I didn't understand that he had a history of racist dealings in terms of his real estate empire, how ingrained his wife was in the process as well. So much of it was new to me, and I highly, if anyone likes the show, and I hope you all watch and like the show, I recommend listening to the podcast you mentioned. Ramona Shelburne, brilliant sports journalist, created this podcast called The Sterling Affairs, 5-part process, and listening to that while I was prepping for this show just opened my eyes to how deeply weird the whole thing was.
Oh God, I'm telling you, I've been watching the show. I've been watching clips.
That's great.
And the whole time I'm like, you cannot be serious. This was really happening. And the woman who plays V, the assistant,
Cleopatra,
and what she was doing behind the scenes, and the things that she was getting away with doing, and then the wife knew, Mrs. Sterling knew the whole time. I was mind blown. And Ed O'Neill playing this part was like, it's like he became Don Sterling. He really was.
Ed O'Neill, everybody knows, hopefully everybody knows Ed O'Neill is a fantastic actor. If anyone like Ed O'Neill could actually be considered underrated, I think a show like this would maybe bring that out, because I didn't even know he could do such deep character work. But the guy actually, we bonded on the set. He did a lot of regional theater before he ever made it in TV. He did a lot of dramatic roles. I mean, the guy is a consummate actor. It's just that he had a couple roles that he played for a long time, so maybe people pigeonhole him in, you know, as Al Bundy or the other show. The other show, I can't think of the name.
Modern Family.
Thank you. Not many people watch that one, so yeah.
Sleeper.
But so you sort of get pigeonholed in people's brains. But the guy is doing some really brilliant, deep character work. First time I heard his voice, I was on a Zoom table read because I was still in New York and they were in LA. And I heard him do the voice, and I was just, I was like, wait, did they get? Are they piping in a Donald Sterling clip?
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
It's nuts.
It's like I love the guy, but I almost hated the guy during watching this show.
Totally, he's great. The cast is. I was so honored to be a part of this cast.
Amazing.
And very quickly, the response you've heard from like friends and fans of the Clippers and the like.
I have people are texting. I didn't really want to watch the show because I didn't want to relive that experience. You know, some Clippers fans or LA folk, but I'm so glad it did. I think people are surprised that it's not. It's very little about basketball. It's very little about what's on the court. There's some great scenes on the court, but it's more about the ramifications and how we're still dealing with this as a culture,
Yeah.
these same issues over and over again, and how what happened behind the scenes mirrors what's happening in society today.
It really is addicting to watch.
I'm
Once
so
you
glad.
start watching,
Oh, I'm going to be in this weekend. Trust me.
Nice.
you will get hooked.
Yeah.
Phenomenal show. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much for stopping by on this.
Thanks for
Sport.
having me. I appreciate it. Yeah.
All right.